I fucking love having to record, I fucking love recording the same shit over and over again because my Elgato keeps fucking the recordings up. And I'm totally blaming my Elgato this time. I mean, I'm helping it a tiny little bit by not having like the best of the best King California LAX laptop. But I mean, come on. It worked recently. I don't know why it's gone so downhill so quickly now. And it's a shame too, because like at Yas Marina, the first time I tried to record this, it was actually a pretty good race. I mean, I wasn't pleased about it, because it was only a good race because I got fucked over in the qualifying session because I forgot what layout of the track we were on. But, you know, a good session. It was a good race. It was, you know, it was a hot race. It was a pretty interesting race. I came 7th, if you want to know, the first time round. This time round, I'm going to do way better because I actually know where I'm going, so I can actually qualify this time. Because it was the qualifying that fucked me over. Because everything, the whole world is against me, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The Elgato likes to glitch the recordings out, so I've turned down the quality it's recording in. It will still be in 1080p, and like, you won't be able to tell the difference between this and any of the other videos I've made, because of like all the compression that Windows Movie Maker does and all the compression that YouTube does. You know, you won't notice, but I've turned it down to try and help it along. And I've closed every other program that could possibly be open right now, so all of my Intel Core i3 processors power is being directed straight to record, helping me record this game. So it should be fine this time round. If it's not fine this time round, I'm going to be fucking pissed. But it looks like it's going to be fine this time round, so, you know, that's okay. Anyway, it was at that first chicane that I got fucked over, because I thought we were going to go around the regular GP route, and then we didn't go around the regular GP route. There was that meme chicane going on, and I started getting mad at them for putting a wall there instead of like cones or something. And I mean, it was mostly my fault, and I got a flat tire for hitting the wall, which fucked over my qualifying, which in turn fucked over my entire weekend. Because, you know, the events in the open wheel championships, they don't have a reverse grid race 2. They have race 2 with the same grid as race 1. So I had to start from the very back twice. Luckily, on race 2, I realised that there was a huge amount of first corner carnage here at Yas Marina, and I just went round the outside of everyone to finish, I think, 5th in the end. Like, I got 5th in the first corner and then pretty much stayed there for the rest of the race. So, you know, race 2 wasn't that good, but in race 1 I had to, like, fight my way up through the pack and shit. It was pretty good. I still only came 7th, but it was pretty good. This time, I've qualified first, and as long as I can remember where I'm going, and I should be able to remember where I'm going, because I got really mad when I forgot where I was going. Because I know where I'm going this time round, it should be fine, and I shouldn't have too much of a dramatic race. That's what you get for not doing your research 5 years ago, and buying just an Elgato, because that was what AR12 used. Of course, the Elgato is what pretty much everyone uses, so it's like, and it's like pretty much the best capture card. You know, I could be shamey and use a shit capture card that costs like £3 that he used one time to record on my old channel, Red Racer, where half the videos are privated now, but at some point I'll get around to making them public again. I just put them on private because like people in real life found out about that channel, and like I was like, yeah, nah, fuck off, cunt. So I privated anything that wasn't like a commentary-less league race. So I don't know why I thought league racing would be less cringe than like trying to make regular old YouTube videos, but the point is I privated everything. Anyway, back in like, would have been about 2015, I think. I had MXGP for the Xbox 360, and he had MXGP for the PS3. And we did 2 videos together where we each set a lap time at a track, and the winner was the person who did the fastest lap. And I won both times easily because I'm just too good at MXGP. And he lost badly because he's not very good at MXGP 3. MXGP, not MXGP 3. That came out recently. We didn't have that in 2015. We had the first one, which was actually a pretty good game. I mean, there were some serious flaws, but I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I haven't played any other MXGP games. Every time I go to the shops, I look for like MXGP 2, and now I've started looking for MXGP 3 as well, but they're never there. Neither is Ride, or Dirt Rally, or any of the like Xbox One games that I want. And like the Xbox One games that I want are just the like racing games for it. It's not like there are many anyway. But still, you know, I'm looking out for them. I want to be playing Xbox One. Of course, playing Xbox One will take up a lot of my hard drive space if I'm making videos and stuff. Because like the longer videos of this, like this one will be, where it's about 50 minutes, like that's about 7 gigabytes a pop. So you know, playing Xbox One will probably be files even bigger than that, I think. I don't know. I don't think I've made a video of a game on the Xbox One on this channel yet. I'm pretty sure I haven't made a video. I mean, I've definitely made Xbox One videos on my old channel, which should still be up, but I can't remember the file size. The point is, it's probably fairly big because it's the Xbox One. Anyway, I do kind of want to make a few series on the Xbox One. You know, I haven't really got any of the games on there that I want to play. You know, Isle of Man TT Ride on the Edge isn't even out yet. I don't have MXGP 2 or 3. I don't have either of the Ride games. I don't have MotoGP 15. I don't have Valentino Rossi the game. I don't have anything basically. I have Forza 5, 6, and Horizon 2. Project Cars, the first one. And that's about it. I'd have to have a look at my shelf to remember what else I have, and I'm going through a twisty bit right now, so I don't really want to do that. When I get on the straight, I'll do a quick. Oh, I've got Need for Speed 2015 as well, which I do want to make videos on, but that'll be like after I've gone through pretty much every Need for Speed game that came before it. Because on my Friday series where I'm doing Need for Speed, I'm going from like Underground to Underground 2 to Most Wanted to Carbon. No, from Most Wanted to Import Tuner Challenge to Carbon to Pro Street to Midnight Club LA to fucking Undercover, then to Forza Horizon, then finishing off with Need for Speed 2015. So I've got a few games to get through before I get to the only Xbox One game that I have planned right now. But I do plan to play a couple of Xbox One games. I just don't have them yet. Either because they're not out or because I just don't have them. So I need to get on that. But I'm a little bit busy getting playing through PS2 games at the minute. You know, half my series are on PS2 games, and I'll probably have to play even more PS2 games if I do start doing a series on the Xbox One, just because, like I said, to save on hard drive space. Although I did delete Assassination Classroom off my hard drive this morning to try and make room for this video. Mostly because I still haven't... Oh, throw. Mostly because I still haven't finished Kill la Kill. So like, there's no point having more than one anime downloaded if I'm not even like halfway through the one that I'm actually watching. Because I've still yet to watch episode 12 plus of Kill la Kill. So I've got to do that. I'll probably get on that after I've recorded this, to be honest. I don't want to do a lot of recording today because this is the same. I mean, I already recorded an episode of Need for Speed Underground today. and my recording in that was fucking shit. So I kind of don't want to do too much recording today because I don't have that much commentary. Like, I don't have really anything to talk about. Oh shit. See, I said I could save those slides, and I did. So what does that tell you about me? It tells you I'm a good driver, doesn't it? Yeah, because I had been aiming to get all the way through to the Grid Grand Slam today, in terms of recording videos, but that kind of went out the window after, like, I sat there in silence customizing a Nissan 240SX for about 5 or 6 minutes. I was thinking to myself, yeah, nah, that's not really going to work, is it? So, not going to be doing that, probably. Especially because, like, on most series, especially this one, no, especially TT Superbikes, but this one as well, I've got videos recorded for, like, the next month plus already, so there's no need to be recording them. So I could probably wait until I've got some kind of commentary to actually record anything, but we all know I won't. I could, like, start a new series to have, like, 5 Let's Plays going on at the same time. But since I'm already struggling for commentary, I don't think that's such a good idea. I was thinking of going back to Gran Turismo 3 though, like over the holidays, because I'll have loads and loads of free time to, like, be doing stuff. So I could go ahead and go back to Gran Turismo 3. Probably restart that whole series. I don't know if I'll delete the old videos of it, but or because I can't carry on. Because since the last video I made, I played Gran Turismo 3 on that save file and made progress, and so, you know, I kind of don't want to carry on. I'll probably restart. Won't delete the old videos, but I'll probably end up numbering the new videos, like starting with 1. So yeah, that'll probably be what happens if I do end up going back to Gran Turismo, because I've got like 3 months off school, because I finished my GCSEs by the time this video goes out. In real life, I've still got 4 to go, all science papers, which I don't care about, so no stress. But actually, the only reason I've got time to record this today, pretty much, is because I wasn't really supposed to be in school except for a 2-hour science revision session, which I've decided not to go to. So I've got to make sure no one finds out that I didn't go to that. But I'm not going to lock myself out the house for 6 hours this time, like I did last time I wanted to make people think I went to a revision session. So I'm just gonna leave my bike alone, and because, like, it's not like people actually go into the garage and observe, like, take pictures of where my bike is to see if I've moved it. So I don't need to risk being locked outside for 6 hours, which is a plus. Shit, game's frozen again. What else is there? I feel like the game freezing, like, interrupted my train of thought if I had one. Anyway, yeah. 3 months off, so I'll have loads of free time to record a whole bunch. My parents expect me to get some kind of job. They want me to get some kind of job at, like, McDonald's or KFC or something. Which will probably end up happening, to be honest. They'll at least push me towards one. Whether or not I get accepted by any employers is, I wouldn't say unlikely, but I'm not going to be surprised if I don't get a job as a cashier or something, you know. That's all I'm going to say on that topic. Even then, even if I do end up working for the man, then I'll probably still have, like, way more free time than if I was going to school still. So I'll definitely still have time to record a whole bunch. So, I mean, oh shit, fuck! I tried to scroll across to qualifying and it didn't work. I guess I didn't press genuinely, I didn't press a button hard enough. I thought I was going for qualifying and I've just started the races. Well, great. It's just like the last. I did it again. I fucking just straight up did exactly the same thing again. I tried to rewind to try and avoid this whole situation that's going to unfold in front of me, and I just made it worse. I'm just making it worse. I should have just accepted the first time that I went through there, because the second time was worse, and now I've run out of rewinds completely, so I'm going to have to drive perfectly for the rest of this race. I'm a fucking retard. Yeah, I am having this problem of not knowing what to talk about. You know, no commentary coming into my head. Although having no commentary is probably going to help me. Shit. I forgot I was out of rewind, so I tried hitting rewind, which is why I didn't recover from that crash so quickly. And now I've lost time on everyone in front. This is just perfect. This is the absolute perfect race. I can't believe how well this entire race has turned out. What I was going to say is that having no commentary would probably help my focus and help me like recover from my mistake on the menu. But it hasn't. So I might as well just talk because I've thought of something to say. In the first time I tried recording this video, I started talking about how like the simulation value of putting your car in the wall in qualifying and not being able to set a good time is pretty high. But at the same time, the only thing that was wrong with my car was a flat tire. And because the pits have been blocked up on every grid game, and they weren't on the Toka games, so somehow PS2 games had more simulation value than Xbox 360 games, but that's fine, I'll gloss over that. You know, the simulation value of fucking up your entire weekend in qualifying, or even practice, is pretty high. You know, that's some good simulation value right there, but the simulation value of not being able to change your tire is really low, and that's what pissed me off the most, because I knew that I couldn't just... I forgot that I could rewind, and I don't think you can rewind in qualifying on this game anyway, so... That's not too big of a deal, but... I also knew that I couldn't just go around and get a new tire, you know, and try again with one hopeful run on lap 3 of qualifying. I was just stuck like that, and that's what pissed me off the most. You know, if I'd have been able to restart qualifying, that would have been fine, but even if I'd have been able to, like, fix my car somehow, that would have been better, you know? Anyway, it looks like I'm going to get 7th place, which means this is just going to be a repeat of Yas Marina from the first time I tried recording. If I can get 5th in race 2, after avoiding the first corner shenanigans. Really weird to be using the full layout of this track after going around the shortened layout a bunch of times. I keep expecting to have to take that really tight hairpin back there that I had to take in the touring cars. Oh yeah, I read one of the loading screens as well, and it's not necessarily in this video, but like in the last time I tried to record, as usual. And it said that the grid Grand Slam events only have events of every discipline. So I might only be able to drive for Raven West in the touring car division. I don't know, I'll have to find out. Because like I was saying, when on the recording I had to delete, because it was glitched as fuck, is that I only know of 2 Let's Plays of this game. One of them by, like I was describing, like an Austrian or a German guy speaking English, and Tommy King needs to fucking die. Yeah, one of them by a German or Austrian speaking English, and then he gave up on the game before making it to a grid Grand Slam. And then there's also another, I think, German guy speaking German, or some language that I didn't understand, who completed the game entirely, but I didn't want to watch his videos really, because like I couldn't understand them. It's weird how like a bunch of the games I search for Let's Plays of end up not being in English. Like I searched for a Motocross Madness 2 Let's Play ages ago, and there was only one guy in German playing it, who had played it, so that was kind of weird. A lot of that sort of thing is what sort of inspired me to get into Let's Playing and stuff, is that a bunch of games I wanted to see just hadn't been played, either at all or hadn't been completed. A bunch of games I want to play either haven't been completed or are in foreign languages. So I wanted to bring racing games, like complete full racing game Let's Plays, to an English speaking audience, is what I wanted to do more recently. Fuck. Like, on my older channels, I wanted to be AR12, which is not something you should ever want to be or aim for. But on this new channel, that is my goal at this point. Apparently, is what I've just decided. I think the XP is based on sponsor objectives and the team's requirements. So it doesn't really matter too much to the Intel car if I win, as long as I meet like a bunch of the sponsor objectives. I'll just get XP for them. Like, it'll affect me, and I'll feel bad that I didn't win, because I know I totally could have if I didn't make that mistake of completely skipping qualifying. I could have won, but like the team won't mind too much, and I don't need the XP, because like I said, I already did this. I didn't finish it. I got to the cup event, and then I looked at the screen and it was glitching and horrible. So that's where I turned it off. But the game still saved the races I already did, so that's kind of annoying. I got the XP from the sponsor objectives from those races. Luckily, it didn't mark off this series as finished at all, and then I could just cancel out of it. Unfortunately, I had to start a new season instead of overwriting the one that I didn't finish. But the season number is something I'm not really paying attention to. I don't mind about that too much. Looks like I'm aiming it for a top 5 here. It's probably the best I can get. If I go up the inside. So who's that? Sophie Muller? Sophie Muller? Sophie Muller Light Yogurt. Tommy King in last place. I don't know why my event rival was supposed to be him, to be honest. Especially because he's objectively the last place driver out of this entire series. And the Razor car is a way worse car than the Intel car, based on how their drivers are performing versus how me and my teammate are performing, I think. I don't know, my teammate might be probably be in last as well. Yeah. My teammate is in second to last. But it looks like there's... yeah. Anyway, I'm out driving. I'm still holding on to the lead in terms of the Drivers' Championship as well, despite a bad round there. So that's good. That's nice. Here's the Cup event. Here's where I have to make sure that the Elgato doesn't fuck me. But it shouldn't do. Please don't. It would be really nice of you if you didn't. This is going to make 2 events in a row where I've got no qualifying and have to start last, by the way. Because there's no option to qualify for Cup events. But then again, Cup events are basically useless to the rest of the season. So, I mean, why would you even spend time qualifying? Am I right? Let's just get it over and done with. I'm pretty sure Into the Barrier made a video in a car like this on Grid Autosport around the time when it first came out. Where he found, I think it was a Lotus, either a Lotus or a Caterham. I just remember it had like 2010, 2011 Lotus F1 race colours. Like yeah, 2010 Lotus F1 colours. Because that was when it was fake Lotus, like Malaysian Lotus, which became Caterham, rather than the black and gold Lotus. But like, green and yellow is like traditional Lotus colour, and then black and gold is the John Player Special colours that they had in the 70s and 80s and stuff, when tobacco sponsorship was allowed. And tobacco sponsorship not being allowed really fucks over games that try and include classic content, because half the reason the liveries of all those old race cars and race bikes were so cool is because of the cigarette companies. And now they're not allowed to put them in, and they can't advertise them to kids, so they have to neuter them, and they always end up looking shit. Like, for some reason they're not even allowed to put like the livery on without any of the logos. They have to like change some of the colours of it, and it always looks bad. I don't get it. I mean, obviously you can't advertise cigarettes. You should advertise cigarettes to kids because they can't buy them. And like, you can, like, this sort of game advertises tons of products that kids just can't buy. So, you know, it advertises like Liquid Molly and Razer computer parts and shit. And it's like, well, no kid is gonna get that. So why are you so concerned about cucking us out of good-looking tobacco sponsorship livery? You fucking betas. You SJWs. It's the SJW's fault. Don't try and tell me it's not, because you know I'm right. If it wasn't for the SJWs, we could advertise cigarettes to kids. I'll fuck off with your penalty. How about that? Shit, apparently Shamey's been messaging me, and now he's asking me if I'm recording. Well, yes I am. That's the long and short of it. I know I was complaining that I didn't have any commentary earlier, but I've managed to make it pretty good so far. Well, pretty good. I've managed to make it so far. There's my teammate. He's who I should be aiming to beat, apparently. Also, that gravel is a bit close to the road, isn't it? None of these guys at the front deserve to be there. I'm pretty sure this is all the grid order. I'm pretty sure the grid order of the cup events is determined by reversing the order of the standings in the actual season. And Rick Scott's still in last somehow. There's Tommy King. I hate Tommy King so goddamn much, you guys don't even know. Hopefully I can pass him. I've only got one lap to do it, and this track isn't one particularly that's long at all, or that good for overtaking opportunity. Or that good for driving, apparently. That corner sucks that way. I know this track is in the MotoGP calendar, and I kind of know it from there, but like, that corner should be the other way around, because it doesn't work this way. You end up cutting it every time. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to pass Tommy King. But he only finished so good in this race because he finished so shit in every other race. If you see what I mean. So, you know, he's on the podium, but it's only as a gimmick. No one will respect Tommy King, ever. Meanwhile, I'm on my way up to becoming a true professional race car driver. Alpine Stars were probably confused as to how I didn't meet their sponsor objective on that one. And I'm confused as well. Anyway, final race. Hockenheim Short. This is where I did the very first episode of this in the DTM cars. I'm pretty sure that, since the last episode where I was trying to figure it out, I'm pretty sure I figured that the DTM and stuff is category A. There might be GT500s in this game, I'm not sure. Like the Japanese top tier touring cars. But I don't think so. I think it will just be GTM. DTM, not GTM. Although in English I guess it would be GTM, because the D stands for Deutsch, which is German. So it'd be German Touring Masters rather than Deutsch Tourenwagen or whatever. I'm not one for languages. I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to languages, so I'm going to stop and focus on. No, I didn't do the short course in the DTMs. We did the full course. It was like doing some kind of callback to Toka Race Driver 3 or the first grid. Because no one remembers Toka 3 or Toka 2. I think Toka 2, yeah, Toka 2 had a similar thing, but you drove a Ford GT40 as the intro race, and you know. Either way, the point is, you know, the intro race being for the top tier team in Race Driver Grid and Grid Autosport. Nice little reference to the older games that the dumb kids won't get, but I will get because I played PS2. Doesn't make me any less of a dumb kid. I'm still dumb, but at least I know my racing game history. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm pretty sure the Grid Autosport one is a reference to the Race Driver 3 one, because you know it was in a DTM car in a track in Germany, which is exactly. Well, I mean, in Race Driver 3 it was at Oschersleben, but I'm pretty sure by now everyone has realized Oschersleben sucks. So yeah, it was probably a reference to that. A lot of people don't like the newer layout of Hockenheim. They prefer the old one where it just shoots off in a straight line into the woods and then comes back in a straight line. I mean, I was like half a second up at one point in that lap, and then it just, that half second failed to materialize by the time I finished the lap, so I don't know what was going on with that. Let's just do the race. I have a bunch of games with the old Hockenheim layout, and I have one game that has both layouts. I have at least one game that has both layouts, because I've got a F1 Career Challenge 99 to 02 for the original Xbox, which I'm not sure if I'll play, but I'll probably end up getting around to it at some point. You know, it's not like there's about 1,000,001 racing games I want to play. Like I was talking about a little while ago, I do still need to set up that Google Doc. I'll probably do that now, to be honest. After I'm finished recording this, I'll set up a Google document, which will be edited every like 5 minutes as I come up with newer, better ideas. But whatever, you know, I'll figure it out. I need to figure out how to make a Google document first. How hard can it be? Just a big Excel spreadsheet, innit? I can deal with that. I can make it have all kinds of pretty colours and stuff. Aww. Wouldn't that be nice? Something tells me I'm not going to be able to beat Rick Scott here. I don't know what it is. I've just got some inkling that beating Rick Scott might be a bit ahead of me. As in, Rick Scott's ahead of me, and that gap doesn't look like it's closing. MotoGP 17 came out today, as I'm recording this. I'll almost definitely be watching some kind of Let's Play of it, probably on Robo46's channel. He's someone I recommend. He plays bike games, which I didn't know there were YouTube channels that did that, like the road race games at least, that existed. I know there's a bunch of channels that play the MX vs ATV games and stuff, but he's one that actually plays the MotoGP games and ride as well as MXGP, and he's actually good at them. So I recommend checking his channel out. At some point, I'll get around to playing bike games like he does, but I already do that on a Sunday. And you know, I feel like I kind of want to get into playing more bike games. So I don't, but you know, I'm already running a channel that does 4 Let's Plays at the same time. I'm pretty sure it's fine if a quarter of those are with bikes. And then there'll probably end up being some games I play on a Saturday for the main road race sort of Let's Play, which will end up having like cars and bikes, like PGR4 or something. And then there'll be games that are off-road on a Monday that have cars and bikes, like Fuel maybe, or Motorstorm or something. So, you know, I can't decide if like MX vs ATV, Unleashed and Untamed and stuff are more off-road games or bike games, because like they include like monster trucks and stuff. But I'll probably end up putting those on a bike game day. Like I said, you know, gotta put together a Google Doc, a Google document, probably, before I talk about that stuff too much, because it changes every 5 minutes. So I don't know why I'm so insistent on talking about my schedule and what games I want to play and when all the time, because I change it every 5 minutes. So, you know, what's the point in talking about it all the time? Race 2, let's get this over with, so I can put my document together. I hate getting stuck on the car in front. I mean, I know exactly why it's happening so often. It's because they're going too slow. But I don't know why they don't accelerate when I start rear-ending them. Feels like they slow down a whole bunch. A whole lot. I don't know why I keep saying a whole bunch. Probably because I keep thinking of the Bunch 2 coming out, which is basically going to be MX vs ATV Unleashed, but with a bigger map. And probably physics of the same quality, to be honest. Because it has like boats and planes and bikes as well as cars. And MX vs ATV Unleashed had planes and helicopters and bikes, obviously, and monster trucks and dune buggies and stuff. I'm pretty sure. It definitely had trophy trucks. I'm not sure about dune buggies and stuff. The monster trucks might be MX vs ATV Untamed, but you know what I mean. You know, MX vs ATV Unleashed had a lot of content. And that's a game I haven't played very much of, actually. So yeah, that's why I'm saying that the Bunch 2 is probably going to be similar to MX vs ATV Unleashed. That'll be where my comparison goes. I don't know about you guys. In the mainstream, it'll probably end up being compared to Need for Speed Payback the most, because Need for Speed Payback looks like it's trying to do what the crew did, while also crossing it over with the run, while also crossing it over with like elements of Forza Horizon and stuff. I don't think Payback is going to be very good, I'm going to be honest. Yep, just can't beat Rick Scott round here. Almost flicked myself into a gravel trap though, which wouldn't have helped my case. And I need to stop drifting because it's slowing me down. But I'm definitely not catching him. Well, I am catching him, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pass him. Is what I meant. And there's no shame in that, because he's in a Raven West car and I'm in the Intel car. And my laptop's running an Intel core, and my laptop's not running very well. So, which means this Intel car is running faster than an actual Intel computer. So what does that tell you? Either way, I'm in the lead now, so. Oh no, he's going to get me back! I didn't cover my inside, I went more for the racing line. I'll give him room, I was going to give him room, but then I decided to slam the door on the exit. Looks like I'm going to be able to hold the lead. As long as I don't make a mistake through the final set of corners. The stadium section just coming up. Which was part of the old layout, actually, the stadium section. Which means that no one has a problem with it, at all. I actually like, I think it's called the club circuit, which is basically just the stadium section, plus the start-finish straight. That's a track layout that I like. It was in Toka Race Drivers 3, and I did a league race on it in Forza 4 one time. And I think that was my first ever league race, which went well. There we go. Winner of race 2. Me and Rick Scott flip-flop positions, so we should get about the same amount of points out of this weekend. We do, and because of that, I win by 2 points total. Of course, my teammate was not pulling his weight, so we didn't win the team's championship. I guess you do get XP bonuses for winning, obviously. That was the end of... Should have been Season 10, but it was Season 11. Actually, it should have been Season 9, because of that touring car thing that happened. But whatever, that's fine. First place in that, 4th place in that, but, you know, the cup events aren't a big deal. Progress made in terms of the whole getting up to the Grid Grand Slam thing. So next episode, I'm going to be getting into endurance racing. Let's take a quick look at this. Yeah, blah blah blah, skip the video. Yeah, I've reached level 3 in all disciplines, but it's not letting me select it to have a look at what it is, so Gonna have to leave that for now. Next week, we're doing the Pipercross Endurance Challenge. Driving, definitely don't want to be driving for Razor, to be honest. They're not good. They're not a good team. They aim for last all the time. But then again, it's for gamers by gamers, and gamers are not very good at anything. Also, if I go for Oakley, I get to drive a McLaren. So that's what I'm going to be doing next week. Luckily, this recording didn't fuck up, so I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and stop recording now, and then I probably won't record this today as well, because, like I said, no commentary, so I'll be back at some point, probably.